Hello, everyone, and I hope you all are doing so well. And welcome back to the free online education platform of Purvanchal IAS. And this lecture is all about the subject of ethics, integrity, and aptitude. You know that. And in this series, this is lecture number 17, English version. So before proceeding, there are something very much significant for all of you. So you can join our Telegram group for various study materials regarding various subjects, and you can also follow the Facebook page of Dr. Ravi P. Agrari. You can join Purvanchal IAS for better experience at Gorakhpur for face-to-face and live classes, and for the correspondence courses and publications you can contact on these numbers. You can visit our website and you can also use our email ID. Let's move for the next. So once again, this is the book of ethics Niti Shastra published by Purvanchal IAS, and they are available at Amazon and gyanworld.com. By the both platform you can buy easily, and you can also buy it from your nearby marketplaces. And the main thing is that this book will going to give you an abstract and a better and a clear information about the entire content. So as per my good suggestion, please read it once, please buy it from the market or these platforms, and please along with this keep listening my all the videos and be continue with your preparation. On this note, let's move for the next. Here we are with our main topic. So today we are going to study or understand the term emotional intelligence, under which we will understand the meanings and the concepts. Firstly, we will understand the emotions, then intelligence. Then we will see what is emotional intelligence. Then we will understand emotional intelligence as per scholars. And the scholar will be Peter Solvay and John Mayer, and lastly, Daniel Goleman. So let's move further and let's get started our topic. So the objectivity of this study of the understanding will be using of emotions, understanding the emotions, managing or controlling the emotions, and feelings of emotion. That how does we feel emotions? Okay, let's move further and try to understand at a clear and a broader level. So firstly, we will understand the meaning and the concept. So what is emotions? So emotion is derived from the Latin word "emove", which means to move, to stir, or to mix. Please try this topic to understand clearly. This is the very much important topic as per the examination point of view. Okay, so this is a Latin word "emove", which means to move, to stir, to mix. So thus perhaps the simplest definitions of the term would be stirred up state of the body. STAT, state of the body. So emove means stirred up of the state of the body. So some psychological view regarded emotion as a conscious state which could be sensed and described by the person experiencing it. So here I have also written the word emotion literally means a stirred up or excited state. It is an affective state of consciousness in which fear, anger, sadness, or joy is like to be experienced. Okay? And according to one psychologist, emotions is that feeling of bodily changes which occur on perceiving an exciting fact. This is called emotions. One more psychologist said that it is a temporal process, a course of a highly complex affective consciousness, partly partly instinctive and partly acquired, which begins and dies down gradually, like slowly. And some also considered an emotion as a hereditary pattern, a reaction involving profound changes of the bodily mechanism as a whole, but particularly of the particularly of the expressions and we can say our glandular systems. And some thinks that emotion is only a form of motion towards an object or away from it in the mind. So commonly we can say they arise either from derived gratifications or inadequacy to face a situation. They are expressed in a stirred up state of feelings. So there are certain psychological changes in the expressions, and there is a disposition to respond and to do something. This is all about emotions. So it can be defined basically as a complex process involving stirred up feeling, psychological changes, and certain impulses to do something within a psychological setting, either consciously and unconsciously. So I hope you understand the term emotions. And when we talk about the nature of the emotion, that we can say we all feel and know what emotions are, yet it would be very difficult to give a precise and scientific definition of emotion. And emotion is regarded as an acute affective excitement within the individual as a whole. So therefore it is stronger than feeling. Okay, so any emotion is a strong psychological feelings, although it brings about a corresponding psychological and glandular changes. Okay, so simply with reference to a list, that is anger, disgust, fear, joy, sadness, and surprise is all about emotions. Now let's understand the term intelligence. So, intelligence is considered as one of the most desirable personality qualities in today's society. And in popular understanding, intelligence means mental ability, enabling one to think rationally, learn readily, act purposefully, and deal effectively with one's environment. Right? And intelligence also implies intellect as capacity, which is the power of the mind for thinking and knowing, in contrast to those mental faculties by which the individual feels or wills. The second is figurative, which is a reference to individual with marked capabilities for thought or to thinking powers in general. So according to the psychology dictionary, we can say the intelligence refers to the ability to function effectively with problems, whereas intellect refers to the rational thoughts, functions of the human mind, right? And one psychologist, David Wechsler, said and try to define intelligence, as he said that intelligence is the capacity to understand the world and the resourcefulness to cope with its challenges. Intelligence is a set of cognitive abilities which allow us to acquire knowledge, to learn, and to solve the problems. This is all about intelligence. And one more statement by the wrestler, that he said intelligence is the aggregate or global capacity of the individual to act purposefully, to think rationally, and to deal effectively with his environment. So the definition especially state that an individual's intelligence is revealed by his behavior as a whole, and that intelligence involves behavior towards a goal which may be more or less immediate, right? So the inclusion of phrase like to act purposefully and to deal effectively specifies that drive or incentive enters into intelligence behavior. Rashler clearly emphasizes these aspects by supporting uh, uh, that uh, uh, by supporting that Intelligence is capacity to just understand the world and accept the challenges, to enhance the abilities or capabilities, acquire the knowledge regarding this, and to learn that how we are going to solve this. That's it, right? Now, let's move for the next topic. So, here we will understand the emotional intelligence. We understand what is in emotion, then we also understand the term intelligence. Now we will going to clear about emotional intelligence. So simply emotional intelligence describes the ability, capacity, skill or self perceived ability to identify and manage the emotions of oneself. This is the simple definition. So emotions that involves in everything people do, every action, decision and judgment. So emotionally intelligent people recognize this and use their thinking and thoughts to manage their emotions rather than being managed by them. This is the most important thing. Try to understand my lines and words. And that is why emotional intelligence concept has become a very important indicator of a person's knowledge, skills, and abilities in a workplace, schools, and personal lives, right? So the overall researchers and the psychologists suggest that emotional intelligence, let me take a pen, emotional intelligence plays a significant role in the job performance, motivations, decision makings, successful management and leadership. Thus, applying a emotional intelligence methodology in higher education can have lots of benefits for students. It not only fulfills their desire but also makes them more efficient, more capable in their fields and choices, right? Because everyone experiences and relates their feelings and emotions in day-to-day life. Emotions have valuable information about relationships, behaviors, and every aspects of human life around us. So, emotions are constructive and do contribute to enhance performances and better decision making both at a job and in private life. Remember, right? Thus, emotional intelligence has a greater impact or on our ability and capability to learn and our future success. And by developing our emotional intelligence, uh, we can become more productive and successful at what we can do and help others become more productive and successful too at both level. And the process and outcome of emotional intelligence development also contain many elements known to reduce stress for individuals and therefore organizations by moderating conflict, promoting understanding and relationships, and continuity, harmony, stability. There are numbers of benefits, and we can say a positive aspects that we can enhance by using our intelligence, by controlling or managing our emotions. Okay, so by using emotional intelligence, there are certain things we can do. The very first is self awareness. So that is under this, this is also become a factor that is emotional awareness, which means recognizing one's emotions and their effects. Then accurate self assessment, that is knowing one's strength and limit. Then self confidence, that is sureness about one's self worth and capabilities. So they are some positive aspects emerges by using emotional intelligence. And the second one is self regulation. Self regulation, under this we can say the self control, which is managing disruptive emotions and impulses. Then then trustworthiness, that is maintaining standards of honesty and integrity. Let me remove this first. The another characteristics will be adaptability, that is the flexibility in handling change, innovativeness, that is being comfortable with and open to novel ideas and new information. And the third one is self motivation. Under this, achievement drive, that is striving to improve or meet a standard of excellence. Commitment, that is that is uh, aligning with the goals or the group of organization. Initiative, optimism, that is readiness to act, and opportunities. So these all the positive aspects and benefits. Or, and the fourth one is social awareness. Under this, empathy, that is sensing others' feeling and perspective and taking an active interest in their concern. Then service orientation, that is anticipating, recognizing, and meeting customers' needs, developing others. Okay, political awareness. Under this, reading a group's emotional, current, and power relationships. So these all are positive aspects and benefits coming out through emotional intelligence. And next we can say social skill. The fourth one is social skill. Under this, influence, communication, leadership, and conflict management. Under this, negotiating and resolving disaster and disagreements, building bonds, collaboration and cooperations, team capabilities. These all are domains related to knowing your emotions and managing your emotions, motivating yourself, recognizing and understanding the other people's emotions, and managing relationships, that is managing the emotions of others also. So these are the list of goodness, these are the list of beneficial aspects by which we can live a successful and a happy life, right? And one more important question is that can emotional intelligence be learned? So, the truth is that some will be more naturally gifted than others, but the good news is that emotional intelligence skills can be learned. This must be so because emotional intelligence is shown to increase with age. However, for this to happen, people must be personally motivated, practice extensively what they learn, receive feedback, and reinforce their new skills. So, yes, this can be learned. Now, next, let's understand the emotional intelligence from prominent psychologists Solvay and Mayo. The psychologists John Mayer and Peter Solvay introduced the concept of emotional intelligence in the early 1990s. And according to him, emotions are internal events that coordinate psychological responses and cognitions and conscious awareness. They defined emotional intelligence as the ability to perceive emotions, to access and generate emotions so as the assist thought, to understand emotions and emotional knowledge, and to regulate emotions reflectively so as to promote emotional and intellectual growth. Okay, and the growing needs of emotional intelligence. Research on this topic was in process until the publication of Daniel Goleman's bestseller book, that is Emotional Intelligence: Why It Can Matter More Than an IQ. Emotional Intelligence: Why It Can Matter More Than IQ was published, and then the term became widely popular. Daniel Goleman popularized the word emotional intelligence, right? In 1995, book told a simple and interesting story about emotional intelligence that helped explain its appeal. Technical training in the essential job knowledge of any career is easy compared to teaching IQ skills. That is, as an adult, it is comparatively more straightforward to teach a person the technical aspects of the job than the soft skills. The idea is that there is a critical period to acquire the basis of emotional intelligence, which is popularly during early to late adolescence. The young person, often a male, may experience social anxiety, discomfort, and rejection while attempting to interact with the influence others, especially those they are attracted to, which is the most often people of the opposite sex, right? And hence they may over time find solace in computers and other activities with a high skills low contact basis. Thus in early adulthood they appear to be technically competent in certain areas like IT and engineering, but still rather undeveloped in people skills and more specifically emotional awareness and regulations. Okay, that's why emotional competencies are so important. It include emotional self-awareness, emotional self-regulation, social emotional awareness, regulating emotions in others, understanding emotions, etc. Here are written: knowing your emotions, managing your own emotions, motivating yourself, recognizing the understanding the others people's emotions, and managing your relationships. So these all are social skills or interpersonal competencies. It is possible to find a skill predict occupational effectiveness and success, and they conceiving empirical literature that suggests these skills can be improved and also learnt. Remember. And lastly, I would like to say Daniel Goleman in 1995, he popularized the word emotional intelligence. Although traditional understanding of intelligence is important for success in life. Okay? Emotional intelligence is key to relating well to others and achieving goals because the human world is all about relationships, right? Let's see what is the next. So here attributes of persons with IQ. So a person with emotional intelligence, that is EI. So a person with emotional intelligence has some following characteristics or attributes. So he could be able to manage conflict positively. Then he's able to manage challenges and uncertainty in more optimistic manner, in a proper manner, or able to empathize with others, can enroll the people into the vision, manage the irrational elements existing in society. He can handle the pressure in life in a more effective way, in more proper way, and he can motivate himself for achieving the desired objective. So if you are willing to become an IS officer or any officer, so you have must acquire these all capabilities or abilities in you for experiencing better life or a happy life or a balanced life ultimately. And one more and last thing I would like to say you, if you Google emotional intelligence, you will notice that there are over millions hits. This is true testament to a popularity of the concept that has come of age. The academics are now catching up, and other now reviews and meta-analysis with show the predictive power of emotional intelligence. Right? So ultimately, emotional intelligence makes you effective. It is a sign of a strength. It will motivate you. It will a better and enhanced reasoning ability. It promotes the ethical values. It provides the important inputs and feedback. It sparks the innovation and the creativity. And lastly, it enhances the leadership. Okay, so this was the last and final word of my lecture. I hope you all are able to understand it clearly. Thank you so much for listening to me. And once again, I would like to recall you that for better experience, please join Purvanchal IAS at online as well as face-to-face live classes at Gorakhpur. So once again, thank you so much. Till then, goodbye. Be happy, be cheerful.